Okay. Yeah, we here tonight because we got a situation, and I want to get everybody caught up to speed on the situation. First off, y'all can take a look at my new driver license. Yeah, I just got that. The only thing I like about it is I look really young, but I don't really like the orange clothes. Okay, but that's all right. It is what it is. They're not orange anymore, and we get to hang out in this nice fancy place. Okay, so before we get rolling on the stuff, the next workshop, uh, the next workshop we're going to have, or it's going to be, well, we're going to just dismissal. We're just going to stick with that because that's getting pretty hot right now. And we're gonna go with the Rule 12B. I'm gonna teach you guys in that workshop how to crush the Rule 12B crapola, and you're going to get to make your own document or get the document. We'll go over the thing like we did last time, so you see the outline that I used and the criteria for structuring the document from the top to the bottom. And I'm also going to be talking about other ways that they try to dismiss stuff, like the Rooker-Feldman doctrine. We talked about that last time, and there's another one that they use on the East Coast. It's the same thing, unless that was misapplied. And I want to have a little more group participation. Okay, and so if you got some other way they dismiss your stuff, bring it. Yeah, and if it don't fit into what we're doing already, if you and I'll ask you when you sign up for the workshop, if you got something complicated, people call it complicated. I don't really, I don't really call it okay, but some people call it complicated, and so. But we don't call it complicated. Now, in this situation we got going on tonight, we're going to be talking about that. I got. Well, I'm just going to show you guys first. We'll take a look at it. Well, we got to turn that off first. Okay, so you can see comments here, and we're just going to kind of scroll down there so that they're all right there and people can see them. This person right here, I don't know, it was 2 weeks ago. They started out, you know, usually, usually, usually what they post on is what they're interested in or what's pissing them off. And I'm sure they're watching this so they can, they can come on, they can chime in, they can send me an email, and I'll send them a link so they can join me and tell everybody, what they'd like them to hear. Now, before we stroll down through here, I'm just going to throw it on the table. This person says they're a prosecutor, and at one point they were really grumpy and made a comment that y'all see when the judge is in my face about the UPL. It's like, what the hell is that? Shit, maybe I should be scared. I should probably start packing. Then I looked it up, and basically it's the unauthorized practice of law. Oh, shit, I thought it was something I had to worry about, maybe. Okay, but you guys know that the hacked into website shut me down last month, a month before last. I don't know. We moving on. We ain't got time to sit around. And now they get to take my punches. And they're not real happy about the way that I've been doing my punches. I had to take theirs for 9 days, but mine are lasting way longer than that. And as you can see in the background in this video here, I just, screenshot their background, and it made my videos. Let people know they don't have no license in practice law. Shoot, if they did, they need to show it to me, because I ain't, I don't know, swear versus Board of Examiners. The Supreme Court rules that no state can license practice law. So I don't know what they're talking about. But this dude, was trying to hit me up. Want to know about, so what does the bar even stand for? I mean, shoot, I learned that while I was at Bunton, North Carolina Federal Medical Facility paralegal school. Okay, the British Credit Register. That's what I told him. And then he got a little grumpy. And he got a little grumpy and started making a big deal I'll scroll down here until I find him again. Oh, here we go. And he started making a big deal about stuff, and and then he wanted to know when, right there, it says, that's streaming a load of horse shit. So I had the workshop, and he didn't like the workshop either. I don't know why these people don't like my my contributions right here. Then he said that doesn't make sense. That's not why lawyers. That's not why lawyers will not do. Oh, I was telling them why they won't help people. They won't help people because they're doing the same crap to people down the street with their friends. And so all that stuff is not real law. And the stuff is pre-school mythological, pseudical. I gotta look that shit up right there. And it has not and will not work in any court. No lawyer is going to make a fool out of themselves arguing that stuff. Well, number one, whoever, Mr. Prosecutor, no lawyer is going to argue any stuff like that, because they get paid to throw people under the bus. They get paid to lie to people and tell people they're in administrative court. They're in a judicial court when they're in administrative court. Okay, and they don't tell people that y'all made the rules up. The Supreme Court made the rules up for the court, And the Supreme Court is not connected to the Constitution, and neither is the administrative court that you take people into every day. I bet you don't tell them that. Do you tell people that you don't have no license, or you got a certificate from the state? It don't mean shit. No, I don't think you tell people that either. Do you tell people that you go pay paralegals and other people to actually do the work and put the paperwork together? Do you tell them that? No. Do you charge them a lot? Okay, when you say you have a license and you don't, and you represent your business as a licensed attorney, and you get on here and you tell me and you tell all these people, Mr. whatever your name is, that you have a license and you've had a license for 30 years and you don't, is that a lie? Is it misrepresentation? Is it fraudulent concealment? Is it RICO, asshole? Sorry, you ought to strike the last. I'm just asking because I'm not that smart. And I saw where you used that in here, that you're not that smart. I already know you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be on my channel talking shit about my work. This is my professional legal channel. And you're here talking shit. And so far, you haven't provided a damn thing to back up your mouth. Now, you want to argue with me about this, whatever, and let you explain to me how the license shit works, whatever. I'm not that smart. I don't have time for that shit. Okay? So 913-240-0227. That's my phone number, butthead. Hit the button, take a picture of your license to practice law, and text that bad dog to me right here. I got my phone right here. Okay, text me a picture of it, and I'll show it to everybody right here on this live stream, and I'll kiss your ass. The beso su culo, con ropas. Con ropas. That means I'll kiss your ass with clothes. I'll negotiate the clothes if you want to, because I know you don't have a license to practice law. But if you do, send it to me right here. Okay, send me a picture of it or shut the hell up. Now, you can keep talking because I got a plan for your ass anyway, because what you're doing right now is you're defaming me by coming up in here on my professional, talking all this crap, and ain't got nothing to back it up. Nothing to back it up. And then you're telling me that the bar doesn't even license attorneys. And no, I know the bar don't. Nobody license attorneys. What the hell? Come on, man. You got to keep up better. Okay? What am I going to sue them for? Well, how about RICO? You didn't mention that. Is right there. It says RICO. You didn't mention that. How about fraudulent concealment? Because you fraudulently concealed the fact that you tricked these people into thinking they're in a judicial court and they're not. Oh, wait, sorry, you're not an attorney, you're a prosecutor. Okay, so that's a whole different, let's just scratch all of that. If you're a prosecutor, okay, you're a bigger liar than the other, yeah. Statutes and codes are not valid laws, don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. They don't. Those are the three things that the Constitution, the three elements that the Constitution says must be present with something to be a valid law. Statutes and codes don't have those. And Mr. Prosecutor, so I want to have maybe next week, I'd like to have a workshop for criminal, how to crush criminal prosecution. And I'd like your sorry ass to show up because I'm going to tell them how I would kick your ass if I was them. And then it'd be nice if you were there to let them know how you would smash my stuff since you're such a big shot. And I'll bring my notepad, okay, because I don't have a problem being wrong, okay? I don't have a problem being wrong, And I'm about to learn if I'm wrong. But that's invitation. Come to the criminal workshop and tell all these people how this bullshit you're trying to argue right here is going to help them get past what I'm teaching them how to do. Okay. And I ain't going to keep it no secret. Basically, I'm teaching them how to stop the state court process. Okay. And you do that by adding the state to your counterclaim, and you add your ass, the prosecutor, to the counterclaim. Okay. And then you add the judge or the attorney, whoever else, or if you're in foreclosure, the eviction people, you add them all to the counterclaim and file your $500 million counterclaim. In your case, prosecutor, you can tell me how you stop that right now. I'd like to know. I'd file the counterclaim in your case. I added the state, I added the judge, I added your ass, and what you gonna do? I don't know. What I do know is that y'all can't represent yourself. You can't litigate a case you're a party to. You can't represent other people from the same organization, corporation. I don't think you can. Just leave a comment down there and tell me if I ain't got this right, because I don't think you can. So that's right. So now the state case is stopped. Oh wait, it was already stopped before that. It was stopped before that because we use federal case law and federal acts in everything we file. Federal acts is how we bring criminal liability to the table for y'all asses. Federal acts. That's what I'm talking about. What federal acts? Well, let's start out with the Tucker's Act. The Tucker's Act was actually enacted in the federal law, and it strips you people of your alleged qualified immunity when you violate the due process and Sixth Amendment right of state citizens. It's a federal law. I know. It's also connected to the International Court of Trade, the real judicial court that we should be in first damn place, but we ain't. But you probably wouldn't know about that. Okay, let's go on. We got the Foreign Agent Registration. The Foreign Agent Registration Act was enacted into federal law in 1937. And that act mandates that all foreign agents register with the federal government and provide all of this stuff that, who they work for, and, your ass is a federal agent. But you didn't do that. It's a federal law. So if the judge didn't do that, then the judge is in violation of federal law, has no standing to go and so are you if, Oh, wait, but we don't have to stop there. Let's just roll with the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. Write that shit down, look it up, if you don't think I know what I'm talking about. The Administrative Procedures Act. Now, you got to put 1946 on the end of there, or you're going to pull up Cornell Law Library watered down BS. I'm just throwing it out there. And you ain't going to find it in the first 10 or 15 pages. You don't find shit but their stuff in the first 10 or 15 pages, if you haven't figured that out yet. Okay, so, and so there's actually, that law was put on the place in 1946, and the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946 blocks corporations, forces corporations to have their policies and procedures in line with the Constitution. We use it as a cause of action because y'all stuff ain't in line with the Constitution. Oh, so right here, you call me, you can tell me, so I'm a grifter. I looked that shit up. I didn't know what the hell that is. So I looked it up. So you're saying I'm a swindler. I'm a low level swindler or something. Why are you mad? Why is your ass mad if I'm swindling people? Why are you even here in my damn face? Oh, Are you the one that got these people following me around with the presidential rated motorcade, presidential cade motor, presidential? Damn, I can never get that right. Oh, and then I find out that you're telling me the judge, I'll straighten the hell up when the judge gets in my face about the UPL, PLU. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh, dude, you haven't done your homework, okay? Or do that. I don't know. You haven't done your homework because the state of Kansas already tried that shit on my ass 3 times. 3 times, I'm sure her. 3 times. You know, it's funny how shit changed when you start learning how to sue people. Mm-hmm. That's just what I'm going to say. Okay, because I'm still here. So, and I already know because this ain't my first rodeo. Remember, I got one of these because I got to learn firsthand. I already know y'all ass can't do shit to anybody anyway if you're not in this state unless you get the federal government to help your ass out. And the federal government and the state government said that I was mentally ill and had a fake, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I'm, that's what I'm about. Sticking in your face. But I'm only going after y'all. I'm only going after y'all for the mental health crap and telling everybody I'm mentally ill, shipping me all around for 33 months, all these mental evaluations, and then sending me back with a forced medication order that I find out was fake later. Oh, you want to call me? Dude, you're just lining your ass up right where you don't want to be. Mm-hmm. So, right here, you didn't answer my question. No, dude, you know what? You in my ring now, dude. Yeah, or I'm in your ring. I'm in your ring, and I'm still gonna kick your ass. So, okay, so you don't want to tell me your name. My name's Guy Neighbors. It's right there. I ain't hiding behind some fake ass shit that your wife put together. Okay, I ain't hiding behind that. I'm right out here out front talking for real. Where your ass at? Oh, what'd you tell me? Oh, I'm not giving you my personal information. I don't need personal information because I'm going to add this right here. Okay, that right there. I'm going to add that right there to this right here. As soon as I get done playing and having fun right now, I'm adding that to right there. And then I'll just send a copy of this over to YouTube legal department. We've communicated before. This ain't my first rodeo. And when you start whining and want to do something, whatever, you can just forget that shit because I didn't do this to make you set up or sit down because I don't care. You can keep on talking shit. I'm going to add you to my professional defamation lawsuit down the road too. But first off, and and the goal's not to punch you, okay? Because I know you're associated with this asshole that decided he was going to hack my website. He's whining now because he's getting punched in the face more than he thought every single day. So that's where we're at on that. And then professional defamation for you bringing your ass on my legal channel here. This is my business. Talking shit and ain't got nothing to back it up. It's just, and you ain't even want to put your face out there because you're hiding behind that shit because you know your ass is full of shit and you're lying. So I need to take a sip of my tea. I'm getting a little worked up. Lily's over there looking at me funny. So, what am I going to sue for? I know you clicked on the shit and looked at it all. What the hell? You think this is my first rodeo, butthead? I already know you looked at all that stuff. You just don't want to talk about it because you know it's fire and you can't. You just want to stay in your, oh, wait. Hmm. Oh, practicing law without a license is a crime and a felony in most states. Well, I'm not a U.S. citizen. I don't live in your state. I'm a citizen of the Republic State of Arizona, where I was born at. And when y'all run my passport, it's going to come back that I'm not in your jurisdiction, number one. And number two, what crimes are they? So you're here on my professional page where I make my business helping people kick y'all asses. And the judge let me use Oh, so you gonna arrest me? Have your boys arrest my ass, okay? All you got to do is call me 913-240-0227 and let me know. When y'all pull y'all ass up out front, I'll go outside. Y'all ass ain't coming in my house. Okay, I already know how that shit rolls. Y'all, I'll just come on out. Y'all can, and I got my packet. I got my packet right here. I got everything packed up in it. I have this. I have several other things. So I have several lawsuits for 42 USC, false arrest shit, all that stuff. I'm taking my packet. And then I ain't going to have to worry about commissary. I'm not going to have to worry about commissary because there's going to be some people going home just like it was the last time y'all had my ass locked up and all the Mexicans were getting out. Un problema? Yo pienso no. Yo pienso vese me culo bendeja. No me gusta pinche fiscal. No me gusta pinche quizo. No me gusta pinche abogados. Me gusta mi amigos and mi amigos. Mi amigas. Mi amigos. Mi amigos. So it's really funny when you look at the words, and that's what I studied in communications. You look at the words and the words that they use. You can't rush past it. Look at the words. So part of what he said was, I've been a licensed attorney for 30 years, and that's ridiculous conspiracy theory, and you'll be arrested for UPL. That's kind of summing up quite a bit of it. Stop now before law, before the right thing, before what? But just stop now. That's not law. That's intimidation, pressure. There's somebody trying to set the frame early with, fear. I already got one of these, so fear ain't working on me. Sorry. Now watch how fast that moves. First, correction. That's wrong. Second, authority. I've been a licensed attorney for 30 years. And third, escalation. You'll be arrested for UPL. That's not random. That's a sequence. And that sequence is designed to pull you into their lane. Because once you step into their lane, they control the pace. They control the language. They control the outcome. That's where people get jacked up. That's where people lose. Not because they're wrong, because they're fighting in the wrong place. Now here's where it changes. I'm not here to prove an acronym to anybody. I'm not here to argue definitions. That's what the asshole wants to do. He wants to argue definitions of this, definitions of that. No. I'm showing you how the play works as it happens. That's what you learn here. You learn how the play works as it happens. Because once you see it, You can't unsee it. Now look at the words. You don't know who that is. I don't know. The person won't tell me when I'm going to give you my personal. What, like I'm going to go and like physically? Oh, wait. But if 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 you know that the judge is going to be jamming me up, then I'm going to find out who your ass is anyway. Okay, I mean, come on now. This ain't my first rodeo. And it ain't going to be my last one. Maybe. I don't know. I'm ready. I don't care. I'm not sitting down letting y'all kick my face, kick my ass, or people's ass who trust me. So that's where we're at with that. I don't even know. You ain't even got enough balls to leave your name. Oh, what's that tell me? No name, no real face. But listen to the confidence. 30 years licensed attorney with no name. No thing wrong with it. Strong authority, strong term, but no name. From the name that, no, come on now. The name identifies the person behind it. You don't want to be identified behind it because you know that I'm right. And you're screwing people over. Well, you're the nice prosecutor. You prosecuting those statutes and codes? Or are you prosecuting people from the statutes at large? Are you prosecuting people from municipal court? Okay, we don't even want to get in that. Now, I'm not trying to track anybody down, and that's not the point. The point is authority without identity, confidence without accountability. No. And they still expect you to step into their frame and accept what they're saying as fact. They don't come with any. No. That should tell you everything. This is not about who they are. It's about how they move. This program is understanding how they move. Now, let's break it down like a fight in boxing, okay? You don't swing at everything. In basketball, you don't jump every time they think they're going like they're going to shoot. You read it first. In Aikido, you don't fight force. In Aikido, you use it. You use it in your favor. That's what's happening here. They're throwing pressure, and instead of reacting, you're watching it, capturing it, and using it. You're using it. This is what we teach. It's not theory. It's not guessing. It's real pressure, real situation, and now how to move inside of it. We teach you how to stop the play before it starts. You stop play, but you stop the play the moment it starts. In some places, way before. You use their fraudulent conveyance and the list pendants to cloud your own title. Bam, moves you up into the number one lien holder spot and blocks the buyers from registering the property for a rental or selling it or doing anything. Pick out the right lane to move in. That's what you learn how to pick out the right lane to move in and not the one that they're dragging your ass into. And I used to say, stay in that lane. No matter what they did, how much noise they created. But I read this book by Adam Grant, Think Again. It teaches you how to rethink things that you thought you knew, and how all the things that we thought we knew, we learned a long time ago, need to be updated too. Okay, so I added this next one in. Okay, if you need to change the lanes, because if you roll without limitations, then you may need to change a lane. A lane. I need to learn how to talk. If you need to change a lane, you'll know exactly which lane to roll into next, because you understand the front, the back, upside down, sideways, and you can fit it all together any kind of way with your eyes closed. And you can only do that by studying the document and learn the words. And when you communicate with these fools, you should only be using the words in the document, no other words. and then you take all that pressure and you turn it into positioning. You put yourself in a position. Now watch how that happens when you don't play their game. You don't argue, you don't react, you don't chase their definitions. They change. They repeat themselves. They lean harder on their credentials. They get frustrated. They defame you. Why? Why do they do those things? Because you didn't step into their script. You did not step into their script. And when you don't play your role, their control starts slipping down the hole, down the toilet bowl. Think about it. And that's why they sound like that, yelling and acting stupid. It's not because they're winning. It's because something is not working. Something's not working. That's powerful right there. It's not because they're winning. You don't have to win. You just have to make it not work. I have the hardest time, people. Oh, coach, this doesn't, dude, one thing in there is going to make it not work. You don't have to have it all lined up so the judge is going to rule. No, that's not what happens in my neighborhood. Okay. There's no judge going to rule on shit. No, you have to make it not work. Okay. When I say stop the court process, people, oh my God, you're crazy, whatever. Okay. How about we change that shit and put it this way? It's the same damn thing, but we'll reframe it a different way so people can understand that you have a damn chance. You're not trying to win. Winning's in their conventional, whatever, and the win, that means the judge is going to say, oh, yeah, give her everything. Shit, the judge already spent the money. That's my opinion. Okay, I don't have facts for that. Oh, you just have to make it not something not working. That's why they're mad. And I'm reading this new book right here. Communicating effectively with anyone everywhere on a global scale is totally off the chain, because it's helping me understand how to bring this to in a little different way, like right here. Okay. You don't have to be, they're not winning. They're mad because they're not winning. They're not mad. You just have to, they're mad because it's not working. Okay? They have to get this shit done, do all this stuff, whatever around them. And that's that right there. That's the shit right there. They're angry not because they're winning. They're angry because it's not working. Well, if they're not working, I'm going to go on a limb and say they probably ain't winning. But, we're going to leave it right there because I think that's a very powerful point right there. Now, all the burden and all that stuff that you can lift some of that stuff off your shoulders because that's not what you're trying to do. You're not trying to win. You're just trying to make their shit not work. I think that's brilliant. Oh, and that's not about proving who's right. It's not about proving who's right. It's about understanding what's happening while it's happening and moving inside of it differently. That's what it's about. When I first started, people were like, well, what are you going to do? Well, why would you do that? Well, let's just do it because I think funny. Okay. Oh, damn. We're moving to, okay. So a lot of people are, well, how many wins? Well, what's your other option? What's your number 2 go-to option? Why are you over here saying all this shit instead of doing your homework? What's your other option? I mean, I'm just saying, because to come in and start negative, it ain't going to, whatever. Instead of looking at it, well, maybe this can, hey, coach, well, what about this in your program? But just have a blanket statement at the gate, and a lot of people give up and go sit the hell down. I can't help those people. So I can't help those people. Most people try and fight the system. We don't. We study it. We watch it. We understand how it moves. And then we move smarter inside of it. That's why this matters. Because what you just watched on YouTube, it wasn't a debate. I mean, the dude, told me it was a live demonstration of pressure, positioning, and of what happens when someone refuses to play their expected role. And once you see it, you can't go back. Once you feel it, it can't be unfelt. Once you they don't teach you. We don't teach you to argue. We teach you to think. We don't teach you to react. We teach you to position. Because once you understand the play, you can stop the beginning, the target of it. And now you're in the ring on your terms, getting done what you need to get done and having fun. That's what I tell you. My guarantee is you're gonna have fun in my program. If you're not having fun, something ain't right. If you're not having fun, something ain't right. Disbarring the attorneys. I think you're wasting your time disbarring them, girlfriend. You should get the lawsuit and just sue their ass. You should just sue their ass for their bar card. And you ain't worry about disbarring them. You let them stay over there. Maybe you'll get to sue them again. Okay, sorry. Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it when you come in with the fire, girl, and they don't like it when you come in with the fire. And they don't like it when you ain't up in there acting like you scared of their ass. I tell people if you don't know what the hell you're talking about, going in looking like you're talking shit, whatever. They can see that fear a mile down the road. Okay, so we've been doing some other stuff too. I've been working on some custom, some custom legal work with people who, and if you're interested in that, you can call me up and I usually take on like one or two a month. And when people contact me and they're helping their mom or grandma, but no, we'll say mom. And then things kind of change. And when you roll without limitations, then I got to step up too sometimes. So, I had this superhero contact me, and I had a lot of people in the past. And if you're one of those people now, you should call me tomorrow because we got to fire it. I just don't have it posted on the website because they don't. I've been doing these custom projects, and out of them, we have several different types of lawsuits for different things, and I'm going to kind of give you a list of them tonight, so you'll see. Okay, so this one right now that I put together for this superhero that's helping her mom, and I'll tell you when I'm talking to people, okay, and then they want to get somebody else on the line. I don't usually like to do that. It usually doesn't end well because I get a little fired up around, and then this other person comes in, and I'm not going to check back down to the beginning of. It doesn't work like that because the cow's out of the barn already, whatever, and so. But anyway, so this superhero got a mom on the line, and then I talked to both of them for a period of time, and I was very impressed. I was very impressed, and it was like, okay, so they loved each other, they kind of nudge each other on the butt just a little, but with care. Anyway, so the issue here was that I hadn't put anything together. Excuse me. For a landlord-tenant situation. And, generally people can use, the 40 USC and stuff but, I didn't have, and so, I got to thinking, well, coach, it says no limitations across your forehead. I got my hair cut today, so no limitations is what you always saying. So, so we roll without no limitations. So now we have a lawsuit package for the eviction process, even if the landlord tenant. And in this case, there was work and things that needed to be done, didn't get done, and then from there in the toilet, whatever, but in this situation, it was more a contractual whatever, and it turned into, and then the person that's doing all the grumpy, mean stuff, has connections and whatever, or at least we'll see how that's working for him in the next couple of days. Okay, so I put together a lawsuit package for that specifically for landlord-tenant foreclosure situations, and it don't matter if you was behind on the rent. But no, I'm just throwing it on the table, okay? Because those assholes screwed me, so I'm doing. It doesn't matter. What matters is that process. Now, in this person's case, it was a contractual situation that caused the problem. But it would be too complicated to go to kick their ass in that lane. Uh-huh. So we're going to roll over here in this other lane where we attack the whole process. Oh, Lord have mercy. I did not realize, and I never really spent that much. We chopped that shit up in the conventional. Yep. In the conventional. We chopped it up with the conventional stuff. They made so many mistakes. Okay, but when I got done with that, there wasn't no way in hell that we're driving on through without putting my stuff in it. Okay, but the thing is, we chopped the shit up with the conventional stuff, just like a real attorney. Did I say that? Just like a real attorney would have done, could have done, should have done, or whatever. Okay, and it's pretty badass, and I don't have it on the website yet. Okay, but if you're facing that situation, let me see if we can. Bam, there we go. Hit me up. Got the Cash App ready to roll. Okay, so the next workshop we're going to have probably the first week of next month. I'm going to open it up probably tomorrow. And I'm going to make it 125. I was going to come in at 149. I'm trying to find a spot where people, so we're going 125, and we're going to we're going to jam up the Rule 12B because that people a lot of, and that's so. Oh man, I did a complete deal on that, and it's down. They've been getting away with so not anymore. And then if your shit got dismissed by something, bring it. Send me an email or when you call me to register your seat, because the way it works best, if you will be able to do it from the website to make your investment, and then you'll need to call me anyway so that I can handwrite your name in a seat, so that I can make sure that we have that you get your seat in according to the order that you paid. Because after 10, then we're gonna close it up, so we can kind of keep control of everything and make sure that we're providing a quality service for everybody that shows up. And then we'll also have it for $75. I think we're going to have the workshops on the website where you can invest in them for $75 after the fact. Now, remember the workshop information center page that is on the website. That's where we're going to put all the information for the upcoming. And then I'm going to have a couple of resources. We're going to teach you how to build what you need to address the situation, Rule 12B. And then we're going to talk about the other situations because we have already talked about that before. I don't think we need to do, and we already made documents for that. But now, what I think I'm going to provide you guys for coming to the shop or to the workshop, or he's going to give you some extra fire to take home, is the objection, the spontaneity objection to the dismissing shit, and then your substantive due process. I probably provide both of those. Those are two key documents that you need to have to help stop the judge. So, and I'm not sure what date that's going to be, and I need to look at my calendar. Okay, so that's the first package that we got. Well, that's the last one, the newest one. The newest one is the first one, and the superhero is about to use it the next day or so. And I'm anxious to see how they're going to be. But this is what happens when you punch people in the face, you just might get punched back. And it may not be in the same track. Okay. So that one's for landlord-tenant situation. And it don't matter. Nothing matters. Because, bam, that's a wrap. And so, okay, so another one. We had a young man, they tried to take his property for eminent domain, but they lied. The feds came down to the state level. They try to call it condemnation, which is the court process for the eminent domain, but they don't want to call it eminent domain on the state level because eminent domain legal vehicle is federal. I think it was the Sixth Amendment or something. Whatever. Okay. But, they can't come down to the state and try to connect federal to it. So they come down to the state, the feds come down talking shit, scaring everybody. And then, and I'm like, I didn't know what these words mean. And so, this is a tip. If you understand what the words mean, then you don't have to worry about all that. People are complicated shit, whatever. I'm not that smart. Okay, but I can understand what a word means. Okay, so they switch it over to use condemnation, and condemnation is just a reference of the actual process, the court process for stealing your shit. And so, but how you gonna do that on a state level and use it in federal or whatever? Because you can't do federal on fucking state federal. Come on now, keep up, coach. I got this. Yeah. So yeah. So we have that package too. If you have any situation where the government trying to take over your property. And this young man that paid me to do this special project, he was in a deal with these people for years, and then it came time to renew the contract, and then he done his homework and found that he got screwed for years because he should have been getting more to make it fair for everybody. So he told them what his new, and they decided they told him they was going to take his shit, and they wasn't going to give him what they paid him last time. They still trying to take. And they have a little situation. Okay, and then I got an old man. Okay, I hope he's not listening. Okay, so I got this. He's older than me, and I'm old, so I can call him an old man. Okay. This old man, okay, bless his heart, been working since 1976. I was in junior college. He's been working since 1976, and he's getting ready to retire. And the IRS decided they were going to jam him up for $52,966 in past income tax. Well, wait a minute. Income tax is voluntary. Yeah, it's voluntary. It is. Income tax is voluntary. It was put in a system for the government employees in Washington, D.C., the 13 square mile, whatever. Yeah. It's voluntary. Boy, they've been pulling the wool and getting away with a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and so I had a person tell me, no, there's a 1099, there's a W-2 form, those aren't IRS forms. Look that shit up. They're not IRS forms. Those are corporate forms that your work used to line your ass up for the income tax extortion program. Bam, there I said it. So I got a lawsuit for that. If you're tired of paying income tax, or you want them to give you your money back or stop taking your money or whatever you want to do, it's badass. And you're suing the IRS and the Treasury Department. Now, the IRS act like they're part of the Treasury Department, but their ass ain't on the website nowhere. Look on that shit. They ain't on the website. They ain't mentioned nowhere the IRS is a damn corporation like Walmart. They got no judicial authority, no legal authority to be doing shit to anybody. Only government employees. That's the fact. That's my opinion and the fact. So we got that put together. And I did for Felix, he usually comes to the stream tonight, but it's kind of last minute. We did a foreclosure defense lawsuit like an attorney would do it. And I didn't add a bunch of stuff to it because I didn't have to. Damn, it came out badass. It was badass. So, it goes through all of the stuff, and shit didn't make it in the trust, and the whole ball of wax. It's badass. So, for people who understand that better than RICO or 42 USC or the statute and code don't have valid laws, whatever. To me, those things are simpler, but if you're complicated, we got you. We got your back because we got that puppy dog too. Oh, and then we got to sue the Bar Association lawsuit. Y'all, I see I've been busy as hell over her. Keeping up with these special projects. And I don't have, so the way the special project goes, usually I charge $1,700. And I do the paperwork and I send it in to them from my website and also include your email addresses and the judge's email addresses and the clerk's email addresses and everybody's email address from there, because when you do the RICO thing, then that ties all of their asses together with the conspiracy thing, and they don't even have to know what the other ones or whatever. They just need to get paid by the same people and be involved in. Then they hacked the website and pissed me off, and then whatever. Then they were coming to me to talk shit. So I put together a lawsuit to sue the Bar Association in any state for RICO, misrepresentation, fraudulent concealment, 42 years. I mean, come on now. We're gonna just line it all right up right there. Bam, there you go. Wow. Okay, so and this is what I wanted to ask the attorney, but I didn't think. Okay, I was going to ask the attorney, or excuse me, the prosecutor. That's on here, Mr. Prosecutor. If you are here, maybe you can show your face, because I know you're probably listening. To show your face over here. Well, you can't show your face, but show your name. But okay, so my question is, when you sue the Bar Association, what happens to your case? Bam! I don't know. When you sue the Bar Association, what happens to your case? What if you sued the Bar Association and the state? What happens to your case? If you sue the Bar Association, can anybody from the Bar Association represent these people that was added to the lawsuit too? I don't know. I'm just wondering, when you sue the Bar Association, what happens to the case? Does it automatically stop? Do they just pay you? The $5 million in a counterclaim? Oh, you can sue them using a counterclaim, and you don't have to pay. You don't have to ask for leave of court. We don't ask for that shit anyway. Okay, you don't have to serve nobody. You just do the counterclaim. Oh wait, but coach, no, it was a long time. I don't give a crap. All right, we ain't wrong with limitations. So don't whatever. We come to the table with fraudulent concealment. It tolls the statute of limitations. Mr. Prosecutor asshole used to come in and I like to have the prosecutor attend the criminal workshop that I want to have on the third week of next month. And then I want to tell y'all how I would crush how we are crushing their shit. We got Jesse out. We got Randall out, and I'm ready to get me out. Oh. Now, Marietta Parker. Now, I had to have 3 court hearings because Tara D. Moorhead, she was a little grumpy because there was a space in between her. Oh, my computer did that on its own. I don't know how that happened, but dang, there it is. It is going in the federal court. Okay, so Tara D. Moorhead, Marietta Parker, and Judge Carlos McGill, all the players, well, 3 of the players, the main one, and they all been disbarred. Judge McGill was the first one, got on fire doing sketchy stuff. Or just y'all can look it up. I didn't want to talk about that. And then Marietta Parker and Tara D. Moore. Head. Oh, sorry. I wasn't going to leave it out. Okay. Yeah, she got disbarred too for throwing all the black people on and the Mexicans under the bus. So I'm sure she got some white people in there too. Okay, because she's a witch. I'm sure that was with a W in case my grandkids are, I get called that on the carpet. My 13-year-old granddaughter Jocelyn told me, Grandma Guy, I watched one of your videos. And it looked like you was using the finger. So, I mean, this one. Wow. Okay. It's time to stop being so serious. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's time to stop being so serious. So the dog Lily, she's not making any noise in there. So I think she's in there chilling. But when she first came, she chewed up a lot of stuff. She chewing up stuff, chewing up paper. I know it was. And so I had a friend of mine, and she told me, she said, I just want to give you a tip. Okay, what? She said, if your dog chews on any women's shoes, there's probably going to be a hit put out before her. And so I looked at my friend and I said, well, I appreciate you sparing me. Oh, I'm getting spared, right? Because I ain't had nothing to do. Okay, all right. Okay, so but I like to use these communications as a learning tool. Okay, because that's you as a coach, you can't be having the same problems. You got to be able to look down the road and see shit. You got So I told Lily that you know we don't roll limitations. All right. So we don't roll limitations around here. So I told Lily, if we got to chew on some shit, okay, we chewing on a purse. Bam, we're going all in, and then we're going to be on the run for the rest of our life. But we're chewing on a purse. Anybody want to chew no stinky ass shoe? Okay. No, okay. So, and then I told her that she need to pay attention and listen up because I don't think I'd bring anybody home that I want to have her to. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so I'm thinking they messed up on your traffic stop when they stopped you. Okay, because what happens is when they stopped you, they violated your due process, and they also violated the separation clause of the Constitution when the officer signed on behalf. When the officer signed on behalf hmm, someone's trying to find me. Okay, yeah. So when the officer signs a ticket, he's violating the separation clause in the Constitution because the separation clause mandates that the branches of the government are supposed to be separated. So the fact that he signed on behalf of a prosecutor is messed that up. Now the other issue is that municipal court is total bullshit, and it gets its judicial authority from the city ordinance, and that's why it's total bullshit. And then when they arrest you violating the separation clause, drag you over into municipal court. If the prosecutor wants a shot at you, or if you have something over there or piss them off or something, then they just send you your file from municipal court that has no jurisdiction to state court that has less. It's administrative, so it don't have jurisdiction either. Okay, and then the prosecutor okay, sends out another charging document. Excuse me. And then, conflict of interest. That's definitely a situation because they're all getting paid by the same person that the same corporation that's throwing you under the bus. I actually raised that one time. Yeah, I was in traffic court one time, and I was giving them a hard time, and I told the judge, I told the judge, I said, no, there was a conflict of interest. You'd have to dismiss the case, right? Well, yeah, Mr. Neighbors. So what conflict of interest are you referring to? And I was going to say, well, you're getting paid by the state, and the police officer's getting paid by the state, and that lady was running the little thingy machine, and she's getting paid by the state, and the prosecutor's getting paid by the state. And then I looked around, and there was all these people, and I said, everybody's getting paid by the state except me and all these other people. Everybody about came unglued. The judge is mad. There's these hammering the hammer while I'm up there making my point. You don't know. I guess that's supposed to mean I need to shut the hell up. I guess I don't know, but oh, conflict of interest, and that's for sure. And our traffic package is undefeated. So, and I think it's on sale right now for $200 if I remember correctly. And city prosecutor's wife works as a prosecutor assistant at the same court. Oh, yeah, in Texas, I don't know where you're at there, but in Texas, they arrested Jesse, and he went down there. He actually filed his RICO, and then went down there to face him, and they arrested him, and then tried to jack with him, and they let him text me on the phone. He was texting me what was going on, and the dude that handcuffed him, I added that dude to the supplemental pleading and emailed it over to him while they were all standing right there. And yeah, their eyeballs about came. Yeah, Jesse said they were nervous as hell. And then the next day, Jesse told me he had already contacted the bail bondsman or whatever, because so I contacted him and paid the money. Of course, Jesse paid him back. So y'all just relax, okay? And to get him out of jail, and the next day they let his ass out in a hurry. But they had this emergency hearing, and Jesse said that they put a restraining order out on us. I'm like, they didn't put no restraining order out on us. Oh yeah, no, they might put a restraining order on your ass. Well, they ain't put a restraining order on me. Not on Coach Neighbors. I don't think so. Okay, I got real ID right here. Okay, they can't put a restraining order out on me. That ain't gonna happen. And he said, Coach, they put a restraining order. All right, you know what? So what am I restraining? Because they didn't like me sending emails. I said, shit, I'm gonna send that witch email right now. Okay, I'm gonna send her 3 emails. Okay, they ain't putting no restraining order on me because I'm sorry. I mean, they can do whatever they want to. Okay, the last time they restrained me, took, but that was a long time ago. Okay, I don't think the same way now. I know what lane to be in. Mm-hmm. Remember we talked about that. What lane to be in, and how to move to the next lane if you have to, and what lane you need to move to if you got to move. Mm-hmm. In municipal court, oh Lord have mercy. But they just okay. So where do they even start with this shit? So the alleged judge in municipal court is not a judge. Look that shit up. He or she is not a judge. Okay, they're an attorney appointed by someone to run the RICO operation over there, because that's all it is. You can look up your court clerk's manual for your state, and you can see that municipal court don't have jurisdiction to do shit. But wait till you get to the bottom before you make your determination. Because, they can do this, they can do kind of that, sort of. They can do this as long as it's connected to a state statute for doing that, and it has to originate in Mars. And then they can do this. Then down here, they tell you they can't do shit. They can't do shit because, wait, they can do a marriage. And even the magistrate judge on the federal level is BS. Don't have judicial authority to be involved in anybody's case without the signed consent from all parties, from everybody. The magistrate judge is a lesser judge and don't have consent to be in, don't have judicial. Yeah. And I did a video on that one time, and I said the magistrate judge need to be taking out the trash. And then I showed a picture of some this woman taking out the trash. I was talking about a specific judge. So they all need to be taking out the trash, is what I'm thinking. And that's what they're going to be doing when you get done kicking their ass. They're going to be taking out the trash. You just need to, okay, so you need to sue him for his bar car. You can sue him. Okay. You can sue him for his corporate charter. What the hell is that? Look that shit up. You can sue people for whatever the hell you want as damages. You can sue him for his corporate charter, and then you'd have a controlling seat on the board of trustees. That's the part of the corporation that makes up the rules and what lane they're going to roll in, and you can help them make better rules that are connected with the Constitution. So you can have more happy people. Okay, sorry. And then you can get your own bar card on the website. It's $25. I might mark it down to $10. What the hell? I'd like to have everybody get one. Well, you need to get out of the Court of Appeals and just you need to get the hell out of the Court of Appeals. You're wasting your time. Okay, because my friend's trying to find me, and she says There's no. It's not showing down. Well, I got a document now that I put together to dismiss the state court shit and transfer their shit over to federal court, so you don't have to pay. Ow! Now I've done that before, moving my stuff, and I've had a couple people do it. But you got to be like a total butthead, total asshole to do that, to get that done. It's just, But now we figured out how to do it. Now we're going to stop the state court process and move their shit over to federal court, because if the case has already been paid, and who knows, maybe it'll be the counterclaim. There's a counterclaim in there. So, that's, I think, if you're interested in it, you can text me after we get done, I can $75. I'll hook you up for $75 on the Cash App. So I think it's two documents in the thing, and you're dismissing and moving their shit over to federal court. So, and the goal is to do it without having to pay the $400. Mm. Okay. So Okay, guys, I gotta go let my dog out. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Guard dog's back. Are you back? So yeah, we need some music. I think she's had enough. Okay, so the next workshop is going to be first week of next month, and we're going to crush the Rule 12B stuff, and then whatever reasons your stuff got dismissed, bring that stuff, and we're going to chop it up. So I need to get out here and get to bed. It's getting kind of late. Thank you guys for the value you're sharing your time, and I'll see y'all the next time we decide to crush some stuff. You're welcome. And if you need that other document to move that stuff over, you just let me know. Take a shot at it. If I made that for people who don't have that $400 right away yet. And I don't have my $400 quite yet either, but it's about to get here though.